When you think of the greatest teams to ever play the game, you often think of trophies. How many trophies did that team win? And what about the team itself? Did they have a manager who influenced the game? And who were the players that carried the very identity of such a team? Between 2008 and 2012, there was only one team that stood at the top, dominating on the field and introducing us to a style of play that will forever remain in the minds of any football fan. Between 2008 and 2012, that team was FC Barcelona. To understand just how good that team was, we need to look back at how it started. The club had just seen 2 consecutive seasons pass by with little success. They'd only won 1 out of 9 potential trophies. This was the same team that had seen so much success in 2006 when they won La Liga and the UEFA Champions League. So obviously, they were declining. But there were bigger issues behind closed doors. Ronaldinho seemed to be partying more often than necessary, and their manager Frank Rijkaard was described as being too laid back to even do anything about the Brazilians' declining shape. The club also feared that Ronaldinho was becoming a bad influence on a young Messi, and their focus on the field seemed to always disappear at the worst moments. In the 2006-2007 season, Barcelona had a 5-2 lead going into the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-finals against Getafe. However, a 4-0 defeat in the second leg ensured their elimination. To make matters worse, this was the tie where Messi scored that goal. And in the 2007-2008 season, they finished the La Liga season in 3rd place, but 18 points behind their rivals Real Madrid, who had won it that year. They were just nowhere close to being the same team that had seen so much success in the previous years. And all of this got exposed in a training match that would soon change the fate of the club. They played their B team, which was coached by none other than Pep Guardiola, and got destroyed. Then later, Rijkaard got sacked. Guardiola had taken his place as the new manager of Barcelona. And that was not the only change that the club had seen that summer. Ronaldinho and Deco were sold. At the same time, Gerard Piqué and Dani Alves were brought in, and Sergio Busquets was promoted to the first team. This new era would begin early, as Barcelona had to go through the qualifying rounds of the Champions League. Eliminating Polish club Wisła Krakow. However, their first game in La Liga ended in a humiliating loss, as they were defeated by newly promoted club Numancia. But if there were any doubts about the team and the new manager, it all disappeared quickly, as Barcelona went the next 22 matches undefeated in the league. They won 19 of those 22, which included a 6-1 victory over an Atletico Madrid side that featured the likes of Diego Forlan and Sergio Aguero. And more importantly, they were able to beat Real Madrid, not once, but twice. As you may or may not remember, Barcelona's most impressive win of the season came when they traveled to the Bernabeu and defeated Real Madrid 6-2 to secure their league title. This was followed up with a win in the Copa del Rey final, and after thrashing Lyon and Bayern Munich and a controversial tie with Chelsea in the semi-finals, they outclassed Sir Alex Ferguson and Ronaldo's Manchester United to lift the UEFA Champions League, and in doing so, they became the first Spanish team to ever complete the treble. In the following season, Barcelona would trade Eto'o to Inter for Ibrahimovic, but their form would see no change. As they continued to win more games, they won more trophies. The 2009-2010 season would see the club win the Supercopa de España, UEFA Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, and another La Liga title in a season where they set the new record for points with 99. A record that would last until the 2011-2012 season. But before we go any further, don't forget to click the like button. And please, hit subscribe. It's a little action that means so much. And of course, who could forget about tiki-taka? Originated by Johan Cruyff, but popularized by Guardiola's Barcelona team, tiki-taka easily became the most dominant playing style in the game, to the point that the Spanish national team adapted it and went on to win the 2008 and the 2012 Euros, as well as the 2010 FIFA World Cup. But for those of you who don't know, tiki-taka was all about frequent movements, being able to create scenarios where they outnumbered their opponents so that they could always pass the ball around them. the midfield would drop back to help create such scenarios where the defenders could also move the ball around with precision and purpose. And with the departure of Eto'o, Messi was moved from right wing to playing as a false 9 for the purpose of acting as an additional midfielder and outnumbering their opponents in that area. But Guardiola also emphasized the importance of quickly winning back possession. In what was called the 6-second rule, the team had 6 seconds to win back the ball after losing it because opposing players would usually be out of position during that time, and a short but intense press could pressure them into losing the ball. Going into the following season, Barcelona had said goodbye to Thierry Henry, Ibrahimovic, Yaya Toure, and Rafael Marquez, and in came David Villa and Javier Mascherano. All in all, the team that season had all the makings to be the greatest of all time. They began by lifting the Supercopa de España by defeating Sevilla. Then, they went an entire La Liga season losing only 2 matches to win their 3rd consecutive La Liga title. And once again, they did it by embarrassing Real Madrid with a 5-0 victory. And in the Champions League, they went toe-to-toe with Real Madrid in the semi-finals, eliminating them 3-1 in aggregate with a wonder goal by Messi. And in the final, they destroyed Manchester United again, this time 3-1, and left them in awe. Even Sir Alex Ferguson said that this was the best team he had ever faced, and considering that his managerial career spanned nearly 4 decades, that says a lot. But it wasn't just the victories that made them special, it was how they won. Tiki-taka, as I explained earlier, was arguably at its peak that year. For the first time under Pep Guardiola, they didn't have a typical center forward, so Messi was used as a false 9 all season long, which meant they were creating more opportunities to score, and were looking even stronger. And they would have even completed another treble, but an overtime loss to Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final prevented it from happening. But surely at this point, you can see just how good this Barcelona team was. On their worst day, we were treated with an entertaining and competitive match, but on their best day, they were unplayable. Not a single team stood a chance of winning. But of course, all good things must come to an end. And although the 2011 to 2012 season didn't see a drastic decline in form, they failed to win La Liga for the first time under Pep, and their Champions League campaign ended in a thrilling semi-final clash with Chelsea. Nonetheless, they were able to finish off their season lifting the Copa del Rey, and considering that was Guardiola's final match as Barca's manager, that moment was made even sweeter as the team gave him a proper send-off, throwing him up in the air. The Barcelona team from 2008 to 2012 was nothing short of remarkable. It was historic, and in fact, they ended up breaking over 40 records during that time and won 14 out of the 19 trophies they competed for. But beyond that, they collectively left their legacy on the game for the way they played. It's even turned some individuals into legends. There's a reason why 8 players were called up for the Spanish team in 2010, and 7 of them actually started in the final. If I could compare this team to any other team in history, I would compare it to the AC Milan team from 1987 to 1994. That was a team that dominated the game, winning 16 trophies in 7 years. And all of that came after bouncing back and forth from relegation just seasons prior. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and please, let us know in the comment section whether or not you think this Barcelona team is the greatest team of all time.